Good afternoon, everybody. So I am picking up my eyeglasses, and there's a vehicle right next to me, two young ladies that are smoking marijuana in the car. You can smell it a mile wide outside the car, and so it's just, if you're going to smoke weed, do it before you get in the car. Do it before you get on the road driving to wherever you're going. This is straight probable cause PC for a police officer to pull you over. And, it just make better choices. Like, why would you want, it's just like drinking. Why would you want to have an open container of alcohol in the vehicle with you while you are driving, whether you're drinking Hennessy or Crown or vodka, whether it's in a red cup, a blue cup? Why would you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Because you will randomly just get pulled over, or your tags will randomly get ran. There's a violation, or we see something and we actually have a legitimate reason to pull you over, and then, okay, I get up to the car and it smells like marijuana. Now I have probable cause to search a vehicle because I can, note that type of situation. And, it's just amazing to me, just the dumb stuff that we do. But then when you get caught doing the dumb stuff that you're doing, it's the police officer's fault that they're harassing you, or they singled you out. No, you are just making a poor choice in deciding to drive and smoke marijuana in the car. And so the aftermath of that is, it's hard to get the smell of marijuana out of your car. I just don't understand, why can't we just make better choices and understand and know, and not just give somebody the rope to hang ourselves, to hang our own selves with our own rope by doing stupid, foolish stuff. And I mean, they have a handicap placard in the car. There's two people younger than me. So, obviously the car is not theirs if they have a handicap placard, or they take care of an elderly person who happens to need a handicap placard, because neither one of them have any kind of handicap issue. I am very quite sure of that. And I just don't, I don't understand, when are we going to wake up and realize that half of the stuff that happens to us is self-inflicted? It's because of poor choices, poor decisions, not making the right choice for yourself, for your children, for your family, or whatever. And there's consequences. There's good consequences and there's bad consequences. So when you make a good choice and you make the right decision, then you have good consequences for your actions. But when you make the wrong choice and you decide deliberately, intentionally that, hey, I know what I'm doing is wrong, I know what I'm doing is breaking the rules, I know what I'm doing is breaking the law, but I'm going to do it anyway, then you best to have your grown up, underwear on and accept the responsibility when you get caught. Don't, oh man, you just don't like black people, and you don't have anything better to do than harass us and da 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 da. No, man, you just young, dumb, and foolish. And I don't even like to blame the foolishness on being young, because you got a lot of older people that do just as many dumb things as younger people. That's supposed to know better, that's supposed to be mature, that's supposed to be wise, that's supposed to be able to make better decisions. However, they're doing the same stuff like they're in their early 20s. So, I just don't understand. It's plenty of places you can smoke your marijuana. If that's what you choose to do, no more power to you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't smoke weed. Everybody ain't trying to smoke weed, so it's not something that everybody does. I'm not putting everybody in the group. All black people don't smoke weed. So, but the point is, I'm sitting here right next to them. She's on her phone. I don't know what they waiting on or where they plan on going. If somebody went on into the donut shop, Dunkin' Donuts is right next to the eyeglass place. You got the pizza joint, Pie, Life, and Penn Station. But at any rate, you just sitting in your car getting high as hell. And like, I can smell it in my car with the windows up, and it's strong. So most marijuana is strong. But you wonder why, when we are trained to eyeball or to catch stuff, we do this like 8 hours a day or 12 hours a day if we work in overtime. So we get pretty good at spotting things. We get pretty good at, knowing what we're seeing, and we can catch it really quick and fast. And we're going to pull you over if we see it. I mean, that's what training does for you. And that's what the repetition of what we do, it makes us good at what we do. So I just don't get it, though. I mean, let's make better choices, people. Really. If you're going to smoke marijuana, smoke it at home. Smoke it in your garage. Smoke it in your backyard. Just smoke it at home. Or if you're going to be out in the park somewhere off by yourself, you know, whatever. Just don't do it in your car. Because let me tell you how this situation really could go. If this, on a traffic stop, if a law enforcement officer pulls you over, you roll down your window, you smell marijuana. So that's probable cause to pull, you know, to, no, I'm not going to flash my badge at them. That's not what I'm here for, but I'm making this video blog. I almost started to just knock on the window and say something, but then I was like, you know what? Grown folks know right from wrong, so I'm not going to say anything. Now, if it was somebody I knew, then I probably would say something. But, you know, I've just learned in the climate that we're in right now, you know, I don't need those kind of problems because it sure as hell could escalate to something, and all my intentions was very well and good, but no. So at any rate, you get pulled over, you get your driver's license and insurance, you ask for that, and in the process of that, you smell marijuana, so you're going to pull them out the car, you're going to cuff them, you're going to, you know, search them before you sit them down, you're going to ask them, do they have any weapons or anything that they need to tell you about. You're going to ask them, do they have marijuana in the car, because you obviously smell marijuana in the car. So, you're going to search the vehicle for what you smell, and, I mean, and let's just say the person, after I run your name, you got warrants. And you got warrants, whether they city traffic warrants, a misdemeanor or a felony, you're going to go to jail. Your car going to get towed and impounded. You know, all this because you decided to smoke in your vehicle. A poor choice. So now you're going to have to pay the ticket. You're going to jail. You're going to have to pay to get your car out of being impounded. And all this you racking up because of one bad choice. So it's, you know, we just got to do better. Point blank, period. We just got to do better. And, you know, it's just sad. It's just so sad. I see stuff all the time, especially when I'm in my personal vehicle and I'm not on duty, I'm not working. But you don't, you know, you're trained to see things, so it's not like you're oblivious to it and you just turn it off and, you know, you go like this because you're off duty and I don't have to, I'm not at work. But you're always in work mode because you're always, head is on a swivel, you're always staying engaged, you're always staying in tune with what is going on in your surroundings. So therefore, you know, we can overlook it like, yeah, that's why I said I didn't stop or knock on the young lady's window to try to tell her anything. I can overlook it like that. Number one, I'm not on duty, so it's not of my concern to that degree for me to, you know, go beyond or above to do anything more. But the point is that, do I think it's ignorance or lack of care and concern as a whole? I think it's all the above. You know, I think it's ignorance. You know, we, for some reason, have this thing that it's cool to be ignorant. You know, the more ignorant we are and act, the more attention we get. For some of us, that's the goal. We're striving to get attention, right? So the more I clown, the more I cuss, the louder I get, the more ignorant I act, I'm going to get some attention. The lack of care, yes, that's complete lack of care. You know, you don't care. You're not caring about your vehicle. You're not caring about your health. You're not caring about the consequences, the outcome, and how you don't even think along those terms because it's a domino effect. It might have, in your mind, it might have been some, oh, it ain't that big of a deal, I'm just smoking a joint. But that one smoking a joint can lead to, you know, fine, jail, car impounded. I mean, just think about it. Just what I named, you know, depending on how the situation, you went from, I was just smoking a joint to now you done lost your car. Now you going to jail. Now you done got some more tickets wrote. You know what I'm saying? And for what? For fun, for entertainment, because, you know, I'm grown, I can make my own decisions, I'm doing the hell I want to do. Well, that's, as my mama used to say, there's a right way to do wrong. You know, if some of us haven't figured that out, you know, then more power to you. But you don't have to broadcast everything you do, especially when it's not the right something to do. You know, what happened to discretion? What happened to using discretion? What happened to, you know, having some sense of privacy or keeping certain things what you do private? Why does everything need to be all out in the open and I need everybody to see exactly what I'm doing? You know, if you're not doing something positive to, yeah, I don't judge people that smoke either. Hell, I don't care. That's what you do. That's what you do. But at the end of the day, again, don't say that the police is harassing you. Oh, we harassing you. No, we had every probable cause to stop you. I can smell it. If I was walking on the other end of this building, I can smell it. I have a very high sense of smell, and my nostrils is like a dog. I can sense and smell stuff all the time. Even the aftermath, the little itty small bit of residue of marijuana, because I don't smoke. I can smell cigarettes. I can smell cigars. Even though occasionally I'll smoke a cigar, but I can smell all of that. I can tell when a person been smoking. You know? So it's you know, even my friends that I do, I mean, they are really my friends. They work for themselves. But, you know, he came to do a measurement for, I'm gonna upgrade my closets in my house. And he came in, I was like, dude, I was like, you really need to camouflage your activity a little bit better. I said, you smell straight like weed. You know, now granted, I know you, so I'm not really tripping off of it. But if you was going to another client's house, if you was going somewhere else, you're going to have to do better. You can't walk up in someone's home and saying you're a business, you know, you about business, even though you work for yourself smelling like weed. I mean, come on. So, I mean, it's just, we got to do better. We just got to do better. But if we're not going to hold ourselves accountable, and if we're not going to strive to make the changes and the things that we can control and change, then how the hell you going to get mad at somebody else for doing their job? For your ignorance, for your lack of care, for your lack of concern, and want to make the right decision. Your dad used to say, just because you have the right, don't make it right. Yeah, that's a good saying. As I tell people, even though it's legal in California and Colorado to smoke weed, you can't smoke weed if you in the first responder profession, EMT, you still can't smoke it even though it's legal. So, I mean, what the hell? That doesn't, the law, the state law that gives you the right to grow it and to sell it doesn't change the fact most jobs are not going to allow you to smoke it. If you smoke it and they piss test drop you, if they drop you for a piss test, you getting fired. Point blank, period. So just because it's expedient doesn't mean it still applies to you. I'm in the military and in law enforcement. If I lived in California, Colorado, I still couldn't smoke marijuana if I wanted to, just because it's legal, because my job does not allow for that. And most people's jobs still don't allow for that. If you work for yourself, you know, kudos, you work for yourself. But at the end of the day, you're going to lose your job. Count up the cost. Is it really worth it? Why don't you look at everything you stand to lose when you make a dumb, foolish, ignorant, lack of care decision? Is it worth it? Because if it is, and when it happened, then you can't be mad at nobody but yourself. Lie in the bed that you made, sweetie. Because, see, that is what's basically you're choosing to do. But at any rate, that's all I have to say. That's the end of this video blog. And, you know, it just amazes me, the things that I see when I'm off duty. You know, because, of course, when they don't know you're an officer when you're not in uniform, when you're not in a police car. So, therefore, people tend to be a little more careless. People tend to be a little bit, you know, let me go on and see how let me push it to the edge and see how far I can go without diving off the cliff. You know, how much room do I have to push to the maximum? Let me push. Let me see how far I can take it. I don't understand that mentality myself, but, you know, I guess with certain things in certain situations, yeah, push all day. But don't be pushing with some stuff you really ain't got no business doing to see how long I can go before I get caught, or how long I can keep testing this, you know. I just don't understand that mentality. I don't. So at the end of the day, do what you do. If you want to smoke marijuana, but you need to start making some better choices on where you going to smoke your marijuana, how you going to smoke your marijuana, etc., etc., because at the end of the day, all of that foolishness is going to get you locked up, put an unnecessary mark on your record. Why would you want to get put in the judicial system that is not designed for us on purpose, doing some dumb, you know, stuff? It's just beyond me. It's hard enough trying to stay out of the legal system based on being a target, a black person in America, and you just giving them the pass to, hey, you know what? I'm going to give it to you. But, you know, again, those that are a byproduct of the projects that came out of the poor ghettos, and that's what make us good detectives. That's what make us good investigators. That's what make us good at our job. Because we already know we are a byproduct of the same place, but we just chose to take a different path and make better choices. But the street smarts, we don't lose. The street knowledge, we don't lose. You know, so shout out to all my law enforcement officers out there on the job today, protecting and serving on the beat. Stay hydrated. Got my alkaline water, drinking my tester water. So, you know, if you need some alkaline water, inbox me. I'll let you know, give you my link. You can order it off my website. But, man, we just got to do better. So I tell people all the time, I can't feel compassionate and empathetic to a fool because you know better. Everybody's taught right from wrong. you know, but somewhere our conscience gets seared and we just, you know, I guess we just feel rules are made to be broken, so we just gonna break them, and we just gonna keep breaking them and not worry about the consequences. Oh, I'll take the chance, I'll take the risk. Better count that risk versus the reward. So I don't see the point of getting high myself. What is the fulfillment, the enjoyment? Maybe if there is some people on my blog listening that actually smokes weed for recreational purposes, maybe you can enlighten me and drop a comment as to what do you get out of it. I mean, all I know is everybody I see to smoke weed to make them have the munchies. They get hungry as hell, you know, and of course their eyes get dilated, and it's just, you know, I don't know. I mean, unless you got a glaucoma or some kind of medical issue, you know, then I can see you doing it for the benefits of, you know, the benefits of it and everything from a medicinal standpoint. But just for recreational purposes, I don't know what a person gets out of smoking marijuana. I've never smoked it. I have no desire to smoke it. And I won't be around somebody who wants to smoke it because I can't stand the smell of it. And I don't want that crap in my hair. I don't want it in my clothes. I don't want any of that, you know. I don't want any of that on me. So that's my personal choice, and my friends know that about me. If they do smoke marijuana, I don't know it because they don't do it around me. So hey, that's the respect. You respect the friendship, and you respect a person's boundaries. So those are things I do not have to worry about. I will say that I was shocked that a very dear close friend of mine that I didn't know snorted a line of cocaine in front of me, and it really shocked the hell out of me because I didn't even know this person even dabbled and did dope on a recreational purposes. And needless to say, I had a few, you know, choice words after the fact, and you know, we won't ever have that issue again. But I was like, dude, you can't do that. You can't do that in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I said, you can't have that in the car with me. None of that. So that was a very awkward situation to say in an experience with somebody I've known this person for more than 15 years and never seen them do any type of drugs. And when they did that, that shocked the shit out of me. So all I'm saying is make better choices. You got to make better choices. Your life depends on you making better choices. Because even when you're making the right choices, you still are fighting against systemic racism, prejudice, oppression, all of that. And injustices. So why would you give them the rope to hang you with doing just ignorant, foolish stuff? That's all I gotta say. Hopefully this will empower somebody to change how they do some of their things that they shouldn't be doing. So all of that, I guess she went into the Dunkin' Donuts place to get some donuts after she got high. The munchies, right? Now she gonna eat a bunch of junk. But at any rate, today is Thursday. Throwback Thursday, Transparency Thursday, Thankful Thursday, you know, whatever acronym you want to say. You guys have a great day. Thank you for listening and tuning in to the Record Report today. And I'm drinking my alkaline water. I gotta stay hydrated. And I got my new glasses on so I can see and keep the sun on my eyes, my prescription in my shades. So you guys take care. If you have any topics, I guess, that you would like for me to address in my video blog, feel free to inbox me some things you would like for me to address. And that's it. Love, peace, and soul. I'm out.